Hi internets! So we're going to ignore the fact that my hair is like a giant fro, like I call it the white girl half-fro. It is awful right now. And the fact that apparently I am as pale as a vampire, which is what I'm about to talk about. Because, really, it's late at night, I have nothing else to vlog about, so vampires. I maybe might be taking this a little too seriously because I saw someone's status that said that they wish the vampires were real and that they would keep hoping. And don't get me wrong, because I am still wishing and hoping that vampires will one day turn out to be real. But then somebody commented on that and said only if it's VD, and they meant Vampire Diaries, and no. Just no. Honeys, darlings, understand that when I was in middle school and high school, I was one of those creepy, weird, goth kids who probably took fantasy a little too seriously. I walked around with a living dead doll, and I did my hair and makeup, and I dressed like it, so we can't really take everything I say to heart, but I was in love with vampires, and I saw Queen of the Damned when I was 13, which was probably a big mistake on my mother's part. But then they bought it for me, and I was obsessed. Oh, Lestat was like the hottest thing I'd ever seen. It's just not even fair. I mean, Stuart Townsend will always be like the sexiest vampire ever. And that's on top of, Eric in True Blood, because I love him. But I'm sorry. Vampires don't sparkle. Ever. And I read Twilight, and I liked Twilight, but vampires don't sparkle. And vampires do not attend high school to woo mortals. You know what they do to mortals? They eat them. If they want to be with them forever, they still eat them, and then they turn them into one of them. They don't care about your mortality. That's of no consequence to them. They're immortal. They have no soul. So I only accept Anne Rice's vampires as accurate vampires. I will also take Nosferatu and Dracula as real acceptable vampires because Dracula's whole intent was to turn Mina into a vampire like him so that he could be with her for eternity. Do you see where I'm going with this? They eat people. They're vile, rude, disgusting creatures. They are out to seduce you and kill you. That's it. That's what a vampire does. That's the allure. They have no soul, so they're sexy. They're pale. They have the fangy thingies. I don't know. They're hot. But if you sparkle, or if you go to high school, or if you're trying to woo a teenager, no. I'm sorry, but that is like the epitome of pedophilia right there. If you're like 900 years old, I don't care if you're stuck in the body of a 17-year-old, you do not go after 17-year-old. What is wrong with you people? Seriously? Oh. I mean, think about it. It's like, one of my favorite movies is Tuck Everlasting, but as I was watching it the second or the third time, I was sitting there and I was thinking about it, and wherein the idea of being 17 for a really long time is really nice, your brain can still mature. Your body just doesn't. So you're still like 100-something, or 200, or 300, or however old you are, because you're immortal and you've been around for a really long time. That's kind of the point. Whoever you're trying to get in the pants of is still a teenager. Thus, they are still illegal, and that is still wrong. That's like saying that because, like a 35-year-old still looks like they could be 17, it's okay for them to date 17-year-olds. That would gross you out, but add a couple hundred years and it's okay? No! It's so weird. It's just, okay, I have to stop ranting about it, but I just had to. That's my vlog for today. Vampires.